Cole, this is something you've spoken about for a long time. Now it's finally official. You're fighting at Windsor Park on the 18th of August. How does it feel now it's a done deal?
It feels incredible. Again, I felt like something. I felt like it may never have happened there for a part last year, but I think credit to Frank and BT and MTK and the IFA as well, that this is happening now, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to putting on a show. I think that a venue like this deserves a quality performance from me, and I'm ready to put in a good one.
You must have been here a few times for some significant football matches. Have you got a favourite Windsor Park memory?
But the big, I've been to a load of games. The big games, David Healy, who was here a minute ago, he scored his hat trick against Spain. We've seen another guy just doing that. Ronaldo in the World Cup. No one since David Healy. Ronaldo's the first man since David Healy to put a hat trick past Spain. The 1-0 against England as well, another Healy goal. But I wasn't here. I was watching them at home. Couldn't get a ticket. But the Greece game was special for me when they qualified for the Euros. The atmosphere was incredible, and I'll remember that. But I love this. I love this venue. The atmosphere is amazing. I can't wait till my wee man's old enough to start bringing him to some Northern Ireland games, and like my dad done with me. I think it's a great venue.
What's different about boxing fans in Belfast? Because you seem to have a very unique relationship with them. What is it that makes them so good?
I'm not sure. They're passionate, and they'll get behind. They get behind me. They'll get behind other fighters like Paddy and all the other local guys coming through. But I don't know, they take a shine to me, and it's something that I appreciate. I don't know. It's a working class city, and I'm a working class guy, and who can fight a bit, and they seem to like that.
And you got your good friend Paddy fighting on the same show. That obviously makes it even more special. How does that feel?
Paddy's my friend first and foremost, but I'm a fan of Paddy Barnes. I love watching him fight. I love his style. I love that he's no nonsense and he gets stuck in. So I would be here watching Paddy's world title fight as a fan anyway. So it's great to be sharing a bill with him. I think it's a big opportunity for him to win a world title fight in a 6th fight. That's an amazing achievement. But I'm backing him to do it. I've seen this guy Rosales up close. I've seen him fight Andrew Selby. I was ringside for that fight. I think Paddy beats him. I really do.
Imagine he'll be fighting a few fights before you. Will you be able to watch it in some way?
I'm not sure. I'll see. I might have it. Depends. I'll see. I'll judge that a bit closer to the time. But it may, I'll have my own fight to focus on. And I think as a fan of Paddy, I'll be maybe a little bit too excited watching his fight. But I'll not make my mind up on that yet.
You're up against Luke Jackson, an Olympian, long amateur career, unbeaten as a professional. What did you know about him before the fight was announced, if you did, and what sort of challenge does he pose to you?
I knew a bit of, although I didn't fight at the level he does as an amateur, I knew a little bit about him as an amateur, and I've seen his name popping up from time to time. But again, as you said, he's a solid fighter. He was the Olympic captain of the Australian team, an Olympian, undefeated, and highly ranked with WBO. So, he'll be here. He's over here to cause on. They're saying it's not going to be an upset if he wins because they're ready to win. But if Luke Jackson beat me, it would be a massive upset. But it's up to me to allow that to happen. I believe that the way things are going in my career at the minute, I think I beat him convincingly.
You said your win against Nonito Donaire was your second best of your career. How do you feel now? You said compared to 3 years ago you feel better. Do you think this is now the best Carl Frampton we're seeing?
I think so. We talk a lot about my demeanour and stuff now, and I seem to be enjoying it. People have picked up on that, but I am enjoying boxing. I feel happy. I feel like things are going well in my career at this point in time. So I think the best Carl Frampton is still yet to come, and I think that when I get the opportunities and the big names, and I think a fight with Santa Cruz potentially at some point next year, to settle a trilogy, Warrington, Valdez, Luke Jackson here. I think that people are going to see the better performances from me, and I've still plenty left to give.
And when you wake up on August the 19th, hopefully having won again, who's in your mind then? Is it the Santa Cruz trilogy? Is it, as Frank alluded to, maybe Josh Warrington?
Well, I don't think Leo Santa Cruz is going to fight me anytime soon. I seem to be the only one making noise about that and being vocal about it. It's a fight that it makes sense financially for both of us. It makes sense for the boxing world as a trilogy, and I think two quality fights before, two quality close fights before. Kind of has to happen, but he doesn't seem as interested as me. That's the fight that I want, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. We'll have to wait to 2019, but Warrington can be made before the end of the year. Oscar Valdez can be made before the end of the year, so either or, I'm happy to fight.
And if it was Warrington, we saw his huge following in Leeds, a stadium fight. You've got a huge following in Belfast, having a stadium fight. Do you have any idea where that could possibly be?
Maybe neutral venue. If it's before the end of the year, we can't go outside because Leeds and Belfast aren't ideal for fighting outdoors in December or November. So, MEN, London, anywhere like that.
You mentioned in the press conference briefly we got onto Scott Quigg, and he wanted too much for what he was worth to you. Is there any chance of another fight with him there?
Not at this point in time. I don't even feel like I should be talking about Scott Quigg. I don't know. It's kind of all just kind of came about, but I beat him convincingly in the first fight, in a boring fight, but I never really got out of first or second gear. It's almost like been there, done that. He fought Oscar Valdez, lost. What's in it for me to fight Scott Quigg again? Absolutely nothing. So no, I don't feel like he needs to be even mentioned, really.
Tyson Fury on the undercards must be doing something right if you've got Tyson Fury on your undercard. How big of a thing is that? How great is it to see him back, and yet to have him on the same bill as you?
I'm a fan of Tyson Fury, and he's a character. So again, he's a bill topper in himself. So to have the former heavyweight champion of the world on an undercard, that's a huge achievement for me. And so I'm looking forward to it. And as a fan of what he does, I'll be looking forward to his fight as well. But it'll be good. The build up, he's a character, and he makes me laugh. So yeah, I'm looking forward to him saying a few funny things.
Do you think from maybe not necessarily from what you saw last week, but do you think, having seen him in the past and seeing him now, can he get back to the level he was at?
Well, I think he needs to improve from what we've seen last week. But again, you need to give him a little bit of credit. He was in a lot of turmoil for a while, and he had to lose a lot of weight. And but he came back, and as Frank said up the stairs, that was kind of he was trying to make weight. That's what he was doing. He was trying to lose weight. He wasn't really fight ready. The opponent wasn't up to much, and Fury just clowned around a wee bit. I think if we get someone a little bit more serious, he'll take it a bit more serious, and we'll see the best Tyson Fury.
Just finally, got Michael Conlan fighting in Belfast on the 30th of June.
Yeah.
Will you be going? How excited are you to see him? What are your thoughts on him as a fighter?
I'm going to it again. I'm a fan of Michael Conlan. He's a quality fighter. Potentially could be a worldwide superstar with a background he's got with Top Rank, and an Irish guy fighting a lot of his time on the east coast of America. Huge potential, and he can really fight. So I'm looking forward to watching his career progress. I'm looking forward to watching him on the 30th as well. But Mick can fight, really can fight, and it's good to see. I'm coming to this point in my career where I have a couple of years left. It's good to keep the momentum going. You've guys like Paddy, Mick, Ryan Burnett, all these guys coming through and behind. So it's great for boxing, but great for the city of Belfast too.